Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're back with Part 1, Campaign 2, Episode 10. Last we saw, the live stream ended with us taking on a mercenary contract, 700 gold by, was it a gnome or a dwarf? I believe it was a, now I don't remember. Was it another dwarf? I think it was a dwarf, because I thought it might have been the guy who was at the beginning of the episode in the meeting of all the townspeople. I forget if he was a store owner. I'm pretty sure he was a store owner. They were a group of people that were pretty much pissed off at the way things are going. They're being shut down. Their businesses are being taken. His wife apparently got caught in the scuffle of a bunch of things going on and ends up getting arrested and is now in jail for a while. There was something about turning in the people, not specifically, but turning in rebels, so to speak, and we could have and not said, should we turn those people in? We could probably get a lot of gold, but I don't want to be that guy. There are certain things I will do. I will rob, cheat, and steal when appropriate, but not from like old people. I won't do bad things to good people, old people, or children, depending. They have to be good too. If you're a shitty old person, I'll rob, cheat, and steal you. But like kids are still growing up. Even if they're kind of shitty and rotten, I'm not going to do anything really evil to a child. But Not is all about it. I mean, that's just the way Not is. Not doesn't see things the way a normal person would. It isn't an evil mentality. It's just the way in which Not grew up being a goblin. So I can't really falter us being human and growing up in a society where there's law. I mean, if you went around robbing everybody, you'd be in jail by now. At some point you get caught if you constantly do it without any regard to anything. Like, if you're an expert thief, maybe you'll get away with it for a while. And I'm not saying Not isn't great at what she does. It's just she does it without even thinking. Like, I'm just going to chase this lady and start grabbing shit and, oh, I found buttons. Like, what? Either way, the biggest thing of all this to me right now is we went to the Tri-Spheres and the Tri-Spheres. It almost sounds like the Tri-Spheres. We went to the Tri-Spheres. That is where Jester's mother was supposed to leave her a package at the Pillow Trove. So Jester is staying a night at a very ritzy place, 10 gold for their bottom level room. There was like a 20 or a 30 gold room and a 50 gold room suite. We don't have that much money to be thrown around, but hey, Jester wants to stay because she's waiting on a package. We have established her mother is the Ruby by the Sea. I just reacted to a song about the Ruby by the Sea, and I don't know what is going on. Is something up with her mother? Did someone kidnap her mother or do something to her mother and there is no package because of that? Or is Jester delusional and thinks her mother has money and is trying to make light of the whole fact that her mother is basically a glorified hooker? I mean, I don't know. Maybe really prestigious hookers make a killing, and I'm thinking that's the case. Or is this one of those things where as a child you make something out of your parents that isn't so because you don't want to accept what they really are? I don't know if I'm going way too deep into this and that has zero to do with it, but that's where I keep thinking is a possibility. I'm not saying it is the case, but the fact that there is no package, and I feel like we've been making a big deal of this and talking about it often, that something more to meets the eye could be the thing. If not, we're just going to get a shitload of money or something is up with her mother in the form of her mother being kidnapped or something to that effect. Besides that, like I said, we took the contract to be mercenaries to go into the sewers, and we're on our way to the sewers right now. Jester has a hotel room for the night, but it's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We've got time. Let's go down to the sewers. The last thing we heard from anybody was Bo was saying, should we have investigated? Nah, we're good. I'm agreeing with Bo that we don't need to investigate, but that might bite us in the ass because maybe there is something down there or a lot of things down there that we are not prepared for, and we still are lower levels. So we're going to find out. You guys want to be way ahead, full on edited reactions, all the shows on the channel, seasons out of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is at the end. I just did a ton of Critical Role related content today. We did the rest of Scanlan's songs that I could do. We did 2 episodes of Talks Machina. We did the song of the Ruby by the Sea. And now we're doing this. Go check it all out. Hour-long Patreon you'll only see on Patreon. The link is at the end. Dozens of other shows. Check them out. If not, here we go. Campaign 2, Episode 10, Part 1. We've got fire!
And welcome.
And... oh. Did somebody do something? You guys told me the reason they're all laughing when this happens is because they try to throw Matt off by cursing or something.
Where Ashley just full-on ripcorded out of halfway a phrase. and it was beautiful.
See?
was adorable.
Rip-corded out a phrase. We didn't get to hear it.
So,
I'll get better at it again.
that's okay. That's okay. That's all good.
Ashley is with us again as well. She might be with us for the near future.
The Mighty Nine have been making their rounds.
Maybe she's got like a 2-month break
seeking
from Blind Spot, or
opportunities,
it's done.
information, kind of getting their bearings. amongst
Recap.
The various town folk streets and what goings on there are. Getting updates from town criers, wandering through the roads, speaking with individuals.
Town
going
criers.
into bathhouses where you met up with your fantastic long-lost barbarian. With Yasha coming into
Yeah, we got naked.
you guys and
We
your,
got
your exploits
to know each
You
other
managed
better.
to, converse with
Steam
what seems
and-
to be a meeting.
or the
At least
Steam's
Bo and
respite.
Ford met with a
Steam
meeting
and
of
conversation.
unhappy denizens of the Empire discussing their frustrations beneath the leaky tap, and had
Townspeople
information with
beneath
them.
the leaky tap.
You had gone and made some purchases. You had sold off a few of the things you'd acquired in your journeys northward along the Amber Road. You had decided to, looking for work, go to the King's Hall, where they had a task board there, and had taken one of the
King's
contracts
Hall.
that had been
Okay.
posted,
Oh, there it is. The King's
where
Hall.
you'd be
My
paid
bad.
to seek beneath the sewers beneath the city, near the outskirts of the Tri-Spire area of the town, for something that had been lurking within those towns.
Hall of the
Gone
Heralds,
there
I think, is
with
where
guards
we were
and
supposed to
not
take the
returned. One
Manicore
had
head, maybe?
Gone there and fled, and you were promised a sum of money should you be able to exterminate whatever.
700 gold.
is, bring back proof of its demise, and you so.
And we said we
strongly
might trick
accepted
them
this.
with the Manicore head.
Before
I'm
this
down
happened,
with that.
As a part of a journey towards this Tri-Spire, both Caleb and Jester made their way there. Caleb unsuccessfully entering a
Smut bookstore.
nicer district of the city that did not seem to believe or respect his presentation. Jester did so. Got a room at one of the hoity-toity inns in the district.
We're getting a hell of a
and was met
recap.
to some mild disappointments. And where we left off, the two of you had reconvened and began making your way back to meet up with the rest of your friends at the Leaky Tap Tavern.
So it's 3 in the
Brief
afternoon.
distance from
We're
each
having
other,
beverages.
topped off in a bit of
We're about to
frustration.
go to the sewers.
Eventually, as
Caleb
you
wanted
make
dirty
your way
books.
to the familiar outside of the Leaky Tap, you enter the fresh mud, now a little bit less fresh and dried against your face, to the interior. At this point, it's mid-afternoon. There's maybe about, say, 9 patrons in there,
What
and
is Sam
a
and
number of your friends who've
Laura
been waiting
doing?
for the two of you to return, that are all sitting around a table and discussing amongst themselves. The rest of you guys look across and watch Caleb enter, and then a few moments after, Jester enters as well.
All right, so everyone's back together. We're having drinks. Hi. Oh, hi.
Big money?
No, not so much. Not a lot of money.
Lots of gifts then.
Just be honest.
No.
I didn't get anything.
No, nothing really. But
Oh, she saw the Traveler.
I
Yes,
saw
yes,
the
yes. There's so
Traveler.
many things to
That's
talk
the news,
about.
Everyone, he's still around. He's here.
And we definitely
Probably,
saw the
like,
Traveler.
Uh,
hanging out with us right now.
He's in Zadash, staying here?
Yes. Well, probably yes.
Isn't that hard since he's not technically
Should
recognized?
Should you be talking about him?
This
Out in the
open.
open like that?
Well, I
You
know
want
not a
people
lot
to
of
believe?
know who he is yet. So really, no, I don't think I'll get in trouble.
Yeah, and
He's a
you.
new
Oh,
God?
but it is like a
Well,
frowned
I don't
upon
know
god.
if he's
You guys
new,
said.
But he is, just not well known, especially here.
There are only 6 that
I'm
you're
sure
allowed
he's from,
to legally.
everybody knows him.
praise
he's
or
really
whatever,
cool, so I bet
worship.
a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, I love you."
I'm trying to remember these
local
things.
clubs?
He plays a lot of the local.
Up and coming, enjoying resurgence.
You're sure he's a god?
Yeah, he's really cool. Yeah, he's like so powerful. You guys.
What
should
does she
really-
mean? Are you sure? What if it's some guy faking out
Give
to
us a
get you
hint.
in bed or something?
Well, he can do lots of magic, and he can appear out of nowhere. That's cool.
That's
Were you
cool.
with anyone when he showed up? Or?
No,
What if she's crazy?
No.
What if she is insane and everything is not real? I mean, I don't think that's the case at all, and I don't want it to be.
Interested in a god that kicks it with people.
Yeah.
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 I've never heard.
I mean, are they trying to make it like she's
Traveler,
crazy?
You heard it yourself. If you like everyone here, you can just show up anytime.
Please come.
Perception check.
Make a
But-
perception check.
Is he thinking she's lying or just crazy?
11.
Yep.
You look around the room and nothing seems to apparate. The clientele all seem
See, until others see the traveler, Jester might be insane.
nothing that would.
I thought this about Percy.
The lying
I said
is
until people saw the
arrival of
smoke and stuff, I wasn't sure
entity of
if
which she's
Percy
spoken.
was just insane.
I don't think he's here.
Well, it's possible he's just invisible right now because he does that
Is
sometimes.
problematic.
That is problematic.
It is not totally unheard of. The legends in history are full of
Is
stories
this loud enough?
of the gods dabbling with mortals. I
gonna
don't know
turn
what
it up a
happened
bit.
for you today, but it is not common, but it does happen.
Yeah, it happens.
So he just shows up for you as a man, or what? Or how does
Sorry
it-
about that, guys. If it was really
Like,
low,
you know, he's just this guy.
might have
I
been
don't
really
know
low.
exactly what he looks like because he's got this hood, but
What
I
if it was
imagine
like
that he's,
some
like,
dude sneaking in her room? I know it would make no sense because he'd have to happen to be there
I think
at
he's
the
really
exact
cute. He
moment she
sounds
called
really
upon him and
cute.
was at her worst
he can
moment.
probably have
I don't
her
know.
right
That would
now
just be.
so fast.
She is adorable. I love hearing her talk and everything's great.
Hello, guy.
Right? Maybe he'll start talking to you too.
Maybe
I mean,
more
if he
like
is
you
legit
seance.
and this is what it
Come
is,
out.
Oh,
and she's not a
well,
lunatic,
he might-
I am down
you
with
know-
the traveler.
You know what? He might think that's really fun. That could be fun.
I don't normally speak with the dead on a first date, but we'll think about it.
Yasha, do you have any kind of communications with your?
Deity.
I mean, I certainly don't see him in the flesh, so no.
Yeah.
Now, is that like a jab? Like, well, I don't see him in the flesh because that's freaking crazy.
Got back.
Not exactly.
Maybe you have to get somewhere really quiet because the first time I heard the traveler, it was super duper quiet.
That's a good idea.
Look at Travis. Travis loves it
That's a good
because
idea.
it's just, she says it so like, well, this is all you have to do. Like, it's so obvious.
Yeah.
But that's all you got to do to do this
Do you
insane
remember
task
how long
and see a
it took us
invisible
to
man.
get from Port Domali to the border into.
I don't think it was more than a few days. I don't recall exactly. Do I recall exactly?
You do,
Oh, you do?
from Port de Mali to
Ow,
the
I
southern
forgot I
gates
had
of
a
the
cut
Empire
there.
and the
See that cut?
the
A
Wuyan
screw
Gorge,
on a couch ripped my palm
on
open.
foot, which you guys were traveling on
Hurt
foot.
like a
it
son
took
of
you
a
the better
bitch.
part of about 2 weeks.
I
But you
didn't
passed
wear
through,
my
like,
glove on this
Nicaragua, or you
hand to
didn't
get
pass
it,
through
and it
Nicaragua.
ripped
you,
my.
But you went through all on the road and kind of skirted amongst society. You took the road pretty much straight there, but it was quite a bit of travel on foot.
By a
Nicodranus.
few days. I mean like a couple weeks. I think it's more appropriate
So
estimation.
wait.
Do
if
I recollect?
send a
Okay,
message
we're all
from,
figured it out.
If I send a message from Allfield, then
My bad.
or wait, where were we when I sent that message?
We were. That was back at Troston. Was that at Troston?
We haven't left yet.
Then would it have got to Nicodranus and to Zadash by now?
Yeah, Jester. I mean, that's got to take a while to get there. and
In all
back.
honesty,
It would take
it
quite a
probably
while longer,
would.
I think it's too early.
But I still think something's up with the mom. I mean, that could be a reason. It could just be that's crazy. I think something's up.
Also, sometimes
But
people steal
I'll
your
buy
mail.
it. Could take a little more time.
People get robbed on the road.
was it
so,
Trust
oh yeah.
Trostenwald.
Then no, I just
Boom.
had to
That's
get
what I
it.
said. It was try.
You,
You have a little
And you
dirt
guys
on your face, but
might
I'll
think
do that.
sometimes I'm not paying attention.
it happens.
I sometimes am not.
So maybe that's what it is. That's why.
Yeah. Now, is she supposed to send you stuff here?
She was going to send it to the pillow trove.
The pillow trove.
Just
See,
hang out until it shows up then.
Yeah.
All right.
It seems. I mean,
It could be that it's just time.
It seems like it's harder to get over to the Pillow Trove. Maybe you could have them forward your mail to here or something like that.
It's a really. It would be like a pretty expensive package, so I feel like maybe I could do that.
Maybe you
Or
could
if we
do
had
that.
some sort of a P.O. box.
I'll look into that. I don't know what it is, but I'll look into that. I have a room there tonight, you guys.
Party room.
Party!
Could you bring
Yeah,
guests?
but
Could we
the
bring
thing
like
is
tons of
that
people?
Apparently, it's not easy to get into
Oh,
that.
there's the
restaurant.
entrance.
No, I was not
There's the
able to
entrance?
open
There's
to
the
Pillow
answer.
Trove, so
Why not?
Why?
because I am shabby.
They wouldn't let him into a dirty
You're
bookstore.
shabby?
That's how
That is
shabby.
fair. You are shabby.
Shabbily dressed.
Shabby chic.
We need to get you some nicer clothes then.
You know, I was thinking on the walk back here that I would probably like to get a cloak of some kind.
Invisible
You could
cloak?
also get a new jacket. And
Tell
new
me it's an
pants.
invisible cloak so he
everything
can.
is in every
He
pocket
can-
of this coat.
Maybe you
It has
can
been
get,
with me through a lot. What?
Maybe we can go somewhere
Look at
and
Lee,
they will
look at-
make a coat
I mean,
exactly
Matt.
like that coat with all the same pockets, only it won't have the holes in it.
I mean, how long could it take you to memorize pockets on a coat? That's like
yeah, you know,
20 minutes.
I will probably just get a cloak.
Yeah, that's probably good too.
That's Matt is loving it.
A rag as well.
That's probably good too.
just to have on hand, like a hanky.
To clean yourself up.
Just so you don't have to do
I
like
mean,
a full bath. You could
I'm
just
not
like do a
bothered.
quick.
I don't. It seems like maybe.
You're bothered by
I'm
my.
not bothered.
I'm definitely not bothered. I mean, I like.
He also makes a good point, though, just in case, you know, a simple wipe down was enough to gain you
Making
interest.
comments about Caleb's
It's not really
dirty
hard to
ass.
Come by, so I can,
Or-
if need be. Yes.
Or we just keep going to visit that guy who made you clean.
Oh, yeah.
Every day we could just go see him and then he just makes us all clean.
Or you could really just get a new coat.
Look at her voice. She's
That's like a
super
terrible
energetic
use of
today. I like it.
hospitality.
What, to use his power like
Yeah,
that?
just sitting there. Just
I want to ask the
showering people
traveler
all
if
day.
like he
Just
knows how to
sitting
do that,
there
because I wonder
showering
if he could
people
make
all
me
day.
do that.
Is the Traveler the only god you've ever seen, or have you seen other gods out of curiosity?
No,
Yes,
I've only
please
seen
tell.
That guy.
So this is the one that decided to make itself presentable to you.
See, I feel
she
like
does
they're
have some
questioning her sanity or
What have you been
something.
doing?
Are they
in the
gods?
interim?
They're gods, right?
No,
Me?
they're just
Us?
they're just
We?
unicorns.
Yeah, yeah.
We've been sitting drinking, right?
Sam's just
I've
sitting
been
drinking.
We've been plotting our next moves.
Yeah,
Go to the. We
yeah,
gotta go to the
that was,
sewers
uh,
before it gets dark.
his
Unless we're
job at
waiting
some
for it to
point.
get
Never
dark.
been in a sewer.
We've got to get to that sewer, you guys.
Yeah, it's gonna get dark. I don't know if we want to be venturing in the
nexus.
dark into
That
a
is a
sewer.
sentence I've
It's
never
already
heard
dark
Beast
enough.
with webs.
So we're not having this room party.
We're having the room party
After
the sewer.
after the sewers. Let's
Have,
go.
like, bank, and then we can get room
That's a
service.
better
and
order.
shit.
Yeah, order because probably after the.
But we'll have to
Like,
do
how
it or
much
else we
could
won't
Matt
be
right
there.
now?
wanted
I
to
mean, I
follow
know you
a very
guys said he can
expensive
pretty much do what he
shower.
wants,
That's what I'm
but
saying.
right now, could he go?
This
You guys
sewer
have been
first,
talking for
because
3 hours. It's
you're
dark
all going
outside.
to be
I feel like
dirty
we're
like
Somebody else's
wasting a lot of
hotel- Hotel
time.
room will get us clean.
But you also, if you own a
The hotel room will get
renting
us
a room
clean,
there,
true.
maybe they have to let us in.
Well, you
Yeah,
also
if
have
you
to
rent
get
a
in
really
order to
posh
rent the
hotel
room.
room, I'm assuming you got a
Well,
shower
let
and
me
stuff,
in,
right?
Technically.
Did they give you like a hall pass or
Well, I
something?
have this key.
Ooh.
It says
Does-
Hello
it-
Travel.
sewer gotta go somewhere.
Key, or is there like a thing that dangles from it? Something we can mimic and make more of?
Can we?
It's a very intricate key. The material of it looks
I
like
like
it's
that.
It feels like a dense iron, but it's been gold leafed or it's been coated in some sort of a
So
like
not
gold,
easy
like
to
metal.
replicate.
But it's very well made. It has little scrollings on it, almost like a spiral in the center. It's the key itself is probably
Jester, can I
worth
see
a
this
silver
real
on its own
fast?
right.
Oh yeah, Bo has it right now.
Oh, thank you.
Bo
I'll
has
just take
it
a
right
real good look at it in case I want to fucking minor illusion that shit later.
Okay.
Ah,
No.
all right. So we can't make
I
it.
think that's the main issue. They're
That was
very,
clever. See, Matt even winked like I like.
strict at the
I
gate
like
for
that
who
you
gets
thought
in.
ahead.
Some of us might not have a
Minor
problem, but
illusion.
More than one of us.
So he can make it appear like
why
he's
are
got
you
a
so hung
key.
up on just changing clothes for like 10 minutes just to get through the door?
It seems more like you are hung up on it than I am.
I don't let him be eccentric.
It is so funny how
You're
some of these
in, people
people
in.
swip,
I love
swip,
this.
Dress for what
switch.
you want.
That's why I want to pick
Yeah.
up a cloak.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. Me
This is
too.
your jam?
I'm a big fan of this.
Liam is a little too stern right now. I see he's smiling. I feel like he's a little too aggressive right now. And it's very hard for Bo to change as a person.
The afternoon lazily.
If
They're
Liam
whispering and chatting amongst
acts
each
like
other
that
and,
sometimes.
ribbing each other with their elbows between things, just half paying attention to the music, but it's nice enough to keep atmosphere.
I'm tossing a silver over just for that.
A silver?
Yeah.
Fucking start small, man.
Don't tell me how to spend my money.
As the coin clinks and rolls about 2 feet off, the gentleman standing with this double set of drums that kind of lays over a leather strap on him. You see that he's got this kind of shaved sides of his head. This young half-elven
like
boy
it.
immediately sees that, stops drumming, grabs the coin, gives you a nod, and goes right back into the song. And you watch as the other performers.
I
all of a sudden
agree.
immediately look to
Toss
you
him a
and all of
silver.
like,
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Yes. Now, yeah, you gotta tip the entertainment.
Of a performer.
Yeah, you gotta tip the entertainment.
Are we going to...
I always give dudes like that money on the street.
So he's Steve Martin in the Jerk, yeah.
Steve Martin and the Jerk.
Fucking burn, man.
Fuck you, Birdman.
Two things. One, Ford, will you pass me these cookies over here?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just want to make
Second
sure.
of all,
I
are
don't
we
go
going to
too
try
long.
to tackle this sewer this evening, or is this something we're going to do tomorrow?
I mean, let's be honest.
later
I've been-
afternoon.
I've been looking at some of the folks around here. I think they're over-exaggerating the importance of this beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should at least go down there and take a look.
I say
Well, I'm not
yes.
opposed
Let's
to going
take a
down,
look.
I just mean, are we waiting till cover of night? Or
That's what I said before.
I mean, I don't think so.
I say we go
I'm not
right
a
now.
super fan of a sewer during the day. I figure I'll like it even less at night.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Talk to that guard that came back.
Cover of
and
night
tracked
is
him
not
down, maybe
needed in a
little bit of
sewer.
insight.
Oh, yeah. Do we know where that guy is?
Do we know where that guy is?
Which guy?
The guy that came running back?
Wasn't there a guy that, or was there a guy that came
No,
back?
I think
That Voloshin said that one of them.
Oh,
ran
yes,
back
yes.
From the task.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know anything about
Okay. Yeah. There was like one guy that came back
information on that, but
from the
you haven't
sewers.
know anything.
I mean, the one thing is it's photosynthesis sensitive, then if we need to make a fast escape, I'd rather have some light, maybe, if it's something like that.
Yeah.
Daytime's better for that.
that's true.
Different environment.
Good thinking.
So is it better to go now or tomorrow morning?
I don't know.
Now.
Now, I'd say let's go
How
now.
long does it take to get over to the...
Ford said it right.
area?
Let's
Find
go
a
look.
spot.
where
If
you
it
are
looks
now,
dangerous or
I'm
some
thinking
crazy
maybe
shit,
better
we'll
part
regroup. Better part of 45 minutes.
You know, better part of
And
an
it's
hour.
early afternoon or late afternoon?
He said around 3 o'clock last I
Late
heard.
afternoon. You're probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours from sundown. So.
Now it got later. Because it don't get dark till like 7 around
It'll be
here.
dark after that.
I'm buzzed, and if I have another drink, I'm going to be more than buzzed.
So by the time we get there, we'll have about another hour of day. I'd still go.
I want a 45-minute walk to get there.
Yeah, let's do it. You'll
I
walk
love
the
it.
buzz off.
Let's say, yes. I say we do it. We'll still have a little daylight.
On the way there. Nah, we don't need torches, do we?
No,
Not anymore.
no.
Not with your nerd goggles.
Nerd goggles, night vision. She does have night vision.
Do keep in mind, and this is my fault too for not keeping track of it, but even with dark vision, you're still seeing pretty low light. So, like long distance perception checks without light, you're still at a disadvantage on them. I've been bad about keeping track of that, but
You've been bad.
You've been bad.
Yeah, that's also dim light, though. As well.
That is Sloth from
not
Goonies.
super bright. Unless I...
I must have a torch or
I don't
something.
have.
I have one in my adventurer's kit.
You have an adventurer's kit.
All right, guys, I got to stop there because this is another one of those episodes where the live stream is going to be way longer in this part than the other part. The first half of this episode is an hour and a half. So if I do the hour-long Patreon, I got to break these into like 15, 20 minutes. It's give or take an hour and a half. I think it's a little more than that. Either way, if I do more than 20 minutes, I'm going to really limit the hour-long Patreon, and I got to split it all up so that we keep the routine the way it is. Sometimes it works out like this where we get shorter part 1s and 2s, and sometimes it works out where we get much longer live streams, and this happens to be one of those weeks. So we'll have a very long live stream. I think it is a solid 2 hours, maybe longer, that is just of episode. So we'll make sure, now that we had all the kinks worked out in the last live stream, I did make the mistake of starting it on the wrong browser, so it kept taking ad breaks and stuff like that. It wasted a lot of time, but now we'll make sure we have everything going correctly. There will be no commercial breaks or anything like that, and we will do it appropriately. We basically just spent the majority, or if anything, the entire time talking, which I didn't mind. It's fun. We're all in the bar, we're drinking. We all reconvened at the Leaky Tap. That is where Caleb and Jester came back. We, as a group, the rest of us, were already there. Jester went to the Pillow Trove. Caleb tried to get into the Tri-Spires to go to the Dirty Bookstore. I completely forgot about that. I didn't completely forget about it. It's just there's so much to talk about before and after, and I try to think of it off the top of my head. I don't go off a script. I just do it off the top, off the cuff. And yes, he tried to get into a Dirty Bookstore. I thought that was a crazy amount of money that Liam offered them. Not to go off into a previous episode, but he offered 3 gold to each guard. That's 6 gold. Now, granted, that is their job. Maybe they'll lose their heads. This is an extremely hoity-toity area of Zadash. So I guess I can't blame them. Maybe no money is worth it, or maybe they get paid enough where that is nothing to them. They're charging 10 gold per night, 50 gold for a suite. Things are different there. So Jester has a key. Ford looked at the key. He remembered it for replication. I forget what it was called. Minor. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's something he could probably replicate the key. Minor illusion was it called? I think he's going to make another key so that he can get into the Pillow Trove. I don't know why we need to. I don't know if Jester is on the level. I feel like most of our people this episode are questioning her. He even rolled for perception on her. And Molly was asking questions like, have you seen other gods? Blah, 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 blah. I feel like everybody is wondering whether or not she's on the level. Are you crazy? Is this really happening? Is your mother someone of wealth that really is sending you money? Are you lying to us about that? Because Jester is so chaotic and all over the place. She might even believe what she's saying, and she might even be wrong. Now, there is a traveler that is a deity or whatever you want to call it. I think it's a deity that we call it. That is not a recognized deity. I think you guys said there are 6 deities. We talked about it in the live stream. Trying to remember it all. I got them all written down. The traveler was one that isn't recognized or is frowned upon. So that does exist, but now she's saying, I'm seeing the traveler for the first time ever. I saw him. He was hanging out. Hey, traveler, do you want to come hang out with us? No, he doesn't want to hang out with us. People are probably thinking she's crazy, and they don't know what Laura's doing. She could be faking this. She could be crazy. She could be anything. It could be real. I think it's real. I think it's going to end up where her mother might be kidnapped or something's wrong with her mother, or maybe it's as simple as having just not had enough time go by. Because even though I feel like they were trying to make her feel better, it's still a very good possibility. It is back then. It isn't like we have UPS or Amazon that ships overnight because they have Prime accounts or something. So it could just be as easy as it hasn't gotten there yet. We're going to find out. But right now, we're going to work off our buzz, marching to the entrance of the sewers. Matt said it's about an hour, hour and a half before dark. A 45-minute walk to the sewers. We should have enough daylight to get there and still formulate a plan. And who cares if we have cover of a night when we're in a sewer? We kind of want to see where we're going and not risk getting robbed on the streets and stuff like that before we even get there. So let's go now while it's light out. We'll walk off our buzz because we all just drank. We'll find out what we're up against. If it's that bad, we'll come back, we'll regroup, we'll gear up, and we'll see what's going on. We're going to jump into the Patreon hour. You guys want to be way ahead, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons ahead of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is in front of me. That's where you get the Patreon hour. There was a problem with my Vimeo Patreon account, something about way too much data going up because of the amount of Patreon viewers that I've accumulated and all this other stuff, all this stuff that I don't really want to deal with, but I'm going to have to deal with after this. But for now, I was supposed to start campaign 1, so instead I did a bunch of other content today, and then we'll do the Patreon hour Wednesday, the part 2 Wednesday night, and then Friday live stream. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.